Hello, I'm Dr. Gareth Moore and welcome to day 8 of my Solver This, the Exit the Game Advent Calendar, the Intergalactic Race, which was new for 2025, at least in English, because they are published the year before in Germany, I believe. But here we go, we'll start with the story for today. So today is the 8th of December. What's it got to say? You have to hand it to Claus. The tarot card's idea wasn't that bad. The path they have shown you feels right. Additionally, you are now finally travelling at a decent speed. Quite a speed, in fact, and you seem to be getting faster with every second. What's with the super speed, Claus? You shout. It's not me, he calls back, and his usual equanimity has vanished. I'm not in control. Something is pulling us in. He's right. The pull gets stronger, and then you discover the planet from which the attraction originates. Is that looks like a... Oh no, this is Cubus, the cube planet, Claus shouts in horror. It's super strong. It absorbs everything that comes into its orbit. Claus appears to be right. Just a fraction of a second later, Cubus swallows you whole. Well, that was unexpected. You were starting to get fed up with this. The onboard communicator starts humming, flickering, and messages begin to appear. I have to be honest, if I'd just been swallowed by a planet, I think I wouldn't be fed up, I'd be terrified! Anyway, turn the page, open door 8, and behind which we will find one riddle card H1. Well, let's see what's on the back of this page. Tear that out and have a look. Oh my goodness, quite a bit of text. Hello strangers, welcome to, or rather in, the planet Cubus. If you close the door behind you, you'll find yourself inside a cube. The only way to leave this planet is to solve the cube by colour. To do this, you're only allowed to make 2 rotations of 90 degrees each. Think about everything that rotates when you rotate a row or column of the cube. Possible rotations, and it shows you can rotate the side and the side, or the top and the side, or the side and the top, or the top and the top. So I suppose there are 2 valid rotations, side and top, and you can either do the same again or the other one, and you can do them in either order. Okay, let's have a look in the room. All right, here we go. And that's yesterday's door. We don't really need that anymore. Where is door 8? I can't remember. It's down here. All right, let's open it. It was not very well shut. I think perhaps my thumb had gone into that slightly in previous days. Anyway, above, below, behind. And I guess the yellow is orienting the cube for us. So we have to extract... I have to imagine manipulating this cube. No, that can't be it. Can't imagine manipulating a cube. No, all the sides of the room have got stuff on. Let's have a look in the room. All right, so I think what we have here, although we are seeing the inside of the cube, is basically a Rubik's Cube, and I think we have to imagine solving it. So I can see that a twist this way is going to bring the whites onto these whites, the yellows onto these yellows, and then we have to imagine... I don't know if this is in the right order. Then we have to imagine the twist that will then solve the remaining face. And then we have to work out presumably where the numbers end up after rotating it. Although I will say that I don't think we need to actually fully imagine that because we have the colours. So we just need to work out which colour ends up on which face and whereabouts each number will be. And then take those numbers. All right, so I think it's going to be extremely hard to talk coherently about this door while actually showing it on screen. So I'm going to make a little graphic showing all the sides as much as best I can so we can talk about it like that. Alright, so I've assembled this diagram showing what's inside the room. Now one thing we know for sure is that we need to have a completed yellow face. So we can clearly see that that top row of the stacked up cube needs to rotate anti-clockwise 1 rotation. That will assemble all 3 yellow and all 3 white columns and the column of the blue. Okay, and then that rotation will also bring the reds that are at the top of that picture to be the right hand column coming down on the top, and then we rotate the right side down 1 to bring those reds down. So where the top right yellow is will be the red 0, where the blue on the right hand side in the middle is will become the red 3, and the bottom right one will become the red 1. So if we look at the picture here, this one at the back is going to be a red 0. Let's write these on while I remember. So that's going to be a 0. And then because we've rotated the top anti-clockwise 1, the one that's at the front middle here then becomes that orange 6. And finally, we've rotated the side on the right as you look at it around as well. So then that blue 2 and 4 will have come to where they're nearest to us on the screen at the very bottom. And the bottom right one will therefore be a blue 4. And I think the cube will then be solved as well. So there we go. That is a bit of a tricky visual puzzle, I think. I guess it's one of those things that you'll either find very easy or very tricky. I think you can shortcut it quite a bit based on the fact that the faces are solved. Well, I thought that was pretty complicated. So if we have a closer look now, the code is above, which is a 6, below which is 4, and behind which is 0. So 640. And of course, each day we need a 3-digit code to get to the next room. Well, obviously it's 640 we've extracted today. And we start from door 8 here, and we go right to this door, up right to this door that's off the camera. That was day 2, and up to here. And if we're lucky, or we have rotated the cube accurately enough, we should have plus star circle, and we do, thank goodness. I'm glad I got that right. I didn't want to have to think about rotating that cube in my head anymore. Made my head hurt. Right, 9. Well, there we go. That was actually quite unusual, because often the actual puzzle, once you work out what it is pretty straightforward, because the challenge is in working out what to do. Whereas on this one, I think that you were pretty much told what to do. Rotate the cube twice in the way it showed, and then work out what ended up where. Well, there we go. I hope you enjoyed that. If you solved it yourself, I would actually love to know how you got on today. So do please comment down below. And you might also enjoy these other Advent Calendar videos I'm solving. And also even you might enjoy taking a look at my books that I've written that are available. And they'll make excellent, if I do say so myself, Christmas presents. Or just something for yourself. But anyway, until I see you in a future or a past video, or maybe even a book, kind of, all that remains is me to say take care and goodbye.